Welcome to Loving Life Hitched Up. In this video, we're going to show you some DIYs we did to take our camper from great to perfect for us. If you've been around our channel, you know that we recently purchased a new to us Airstream. And it's perfect for us, but there's always some things that you want to tweak. And luckily, my husband's very handy, so he's going to do a few DIYs to make this the perfect RV for us.
I love cooking, and one of the first things I noticed right off the bat cooking inside here is the pots have a tendency to spill off to the side. You have to hold the handle when you're stirring, and if you're not paying attention, if you're not perfectly level, they slide right off. So first thing I need to do is change this to a better grill top. So real simple, they just pop out, get them out of the way, and this is what we're going to be putting in its place. So totally excited to have these. This is for a Furrion cooktop. That's the front one. And this is the back one. Double burner. Slides there, and then the front here slides in. It's not a perfect match, as you can see. It doesn't. Let me try turning it around so it'll work better. There we go. It's not perfect. You can see a little bit of a gap versus, but it's about as close as it's going to get. And now we have a nice cooked surface, pots and pans. Nothing's going to tip off the edge, and you can move things around as you're cooking, so you can really get a nice setup here. Perfect. There are 4 holes here. Lowe's and Home Depot were out of the 1/4-inch stainless steel plugs or hole caps. You pop those in, this way you don't get any mess inside there. That's next. I'll be getting them as soon as I can. I'm at every Lowe's and Home Depot until I find some in stock. Now we're going to test it out. Look at that. No tipping, nothing. If you want to move stuff off the heat for a minute, you have plenty of room to work. It actually creates a much larger cooking surface for you. If you want to put a big griddle or whatever, you're good to go. Big pots, you don't have to worry about it tipping off and falling off that thing. And it does not change the ability to close your cooktop. Perfect. This is the best upgrade so far. Half of the fun of getting a new rig is simply just learning where you're going to start keeping stuff and making those DIY projects yours. 1, to make it yours, and 2, to make it work a little better. One of the first things we noticed about our Globetrotter was the pull-out pantry, which we thought was really great, and we still think it's really great, but it has a built-in problem. These racks, when you're driving, they bounce off the hooks and everything collapses down, and it becomes a big hassle trying to get everything out. So trying to come up with an idea of something that would be simple, easy, short of redesigning this entire interior with wooden shelves, which some of the Airstreams do have. So really simple. I'm going to just take some zip ties and run them around. If you come in here, you can see the little hooks here where the bracket overhangs, and what happens is it bounces down the road, this pops off, and everything collapses. So I'm going to run zip ties around this to keep it from being able to pop off that latch. Real simple. Hopefully. Well, we opted to go this route with using some wire ties here over the edges so that I keep the from bouncing off. I doubled them up just to be sure, front and back. Seems like it's the best way to keep this from popping off. And we're going to give it a try and see. If not, we're going to have to come up with another way to make this work. But I'm pretty optimistic this should work. So in the Globetrotter with the Furrion countertops, the sink covers are meant to travel on this overhead cabinet, laying flat, not on the sink when you drive, because they could, you know, collapse. So these little rubber feet like this that are screwed into the top, that gives you that flat surface to keep them from sliding. But that means this whole cabinet isn't kind of not really usable during that phase, because you'd have to pile everything on top of them. I'm not sure that would cause them to crack. So what we chose to do in this case was we removed the feet completely. These travel on our bed on travel days. Take the feet out, and we cover the bottom, because it is a slippery surface there, with this anti-slip rubber material that we got. It's in our Amazon store. We put that in there, and that gives us the ability to put all of our cookware, our frying pans, pots, pans, tucked in here nice, flat, utilizing that space. Even left some leftover space there, and everything sits nice and compact in that area, like so. Much better use of that space, in my opinion. And now we have no worries. On an Airstream, there's not a lot of external storage, as everybody knows, but that's okay, because the rest of it is awesome. So you do what you got to do. There's bumper storage in the back and one hose storage underneath. So I'm adding a second hose storage so that I can carry additional lengths of hose for my black tank needs. And this way I can free up that space in the bumper in the back for chocks and other cool stuff. So here is where the other hose holder runs, under the edge here. New one I'm going to go ahead and install right up here, right next to it. So we'll have two areas to store hose. Plan is to use a little VHB tape from 3M, put it in the surface here, and then maybe a couple of little screws, but definitely strong enough to hold this up, that's for sure. Here we go. Secondary hose. And these are all brand new. They have not been used. So normally I would be wearing gloves, but just got these. So everything fits right in there. We got ourselves some snap pads. We're gonna go put these on. They're gonna go right on the bottoms of our leveler jacks, and we're never gonna have to worry about having to add Lego blocks again.
You're like a kid at Christmas.
Let's check them out. So pretty hefty, and they are gonna go right underneath the foot. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna install them on there, and it's gonna stay on there. When the foot goes up, it stays with it, and when you put them down, they're already in place. So saving us having to use the Lego blocks. Definitely looks cool. They're pretty heavy too. Installing snap pads is pretty simple. They do not recommend using any kind of oils or silicone sprays or anything like that. Just simply some dish soap rubbed on those edges, and it pops right on. No worries. Be sure to measure your jack feet before ordering so that you get the right snap pad. Installation is simple. Just line it up under that foot, push down on the jack, pops over the edges. They're simple. They're a snap. We love the fact that they're stuck on the bottom of the jack feet. They're always there. You just put them down in the driveway or wherever you are. You don't have to worry about piling up all that extra stuff underneath. So today we're going to be installing some LP tank monitors. So what these do measures the amount of LP left in your tanks, so it's not a guessing game. You won't run out in the middle of the night. Comes with two sensors, one monitor, and makes it a lot easier to deal with 30-pound tanks. So after downloading the app from the App Store, it's 5 quick presses on the sensor button that turns the sensor on. There's supposed to be one green one and one black one, so you know tank 1 from tank 2. Both of these are green, so I'm going to make a little mark on here as tank 1 and tank 2 so that I know. But on the back side, they give you a little tube of like an electrical conductor that goes on the black centerpiece between the two magnets, I guess to increase the connection. The bottom of your tank has to be clean, rust-free, and all that great stuff. Looks like they may have had some other setup on this prior. So it just simply clips on. You want it to be centered, and that will let you know how much LP is in your tank. But because of the surface, you have an option. It comes with these little aluminum spacers you can use, or these rubber halos, which I felt in the long run and reviews said would be better. Halo ring just goes around to give it a little cushion so you don't crush your sensor. So not only do they have the option to use your smart device via Bluetooth to check these sensors, this kit also comes with a monitor that can be mounted inside, but you have to sync it to the sensors. So you push and hold the button for a couple of seconds till it starts flashing, then hit the sync button, and once it catches that signal, then you know the two are synced together. It's laying on its side, so right now it thinks there's no propane because it hasn't settled to the bottom, and then you're good. And you replace your tank, and then you can mount your sensor, your monitor inside. So as you can see, the one is still picking its decision as to how much propane is in there. So it takes a while for the propane to settle all back down so you get a more accurate reading. So this way you can check via Bluetooth, or there's an option to have a mounted inside.
Are you gonna mount the monitor inside?
I haven't requested permission for that yet.
Permission denied. Only kidding. As always, we really appreciate you watching our videos. We'd love for you to come back next Sunday for our next video. And remember, when you're out there loving life, do it, hit stuff.